Hey everyone, not time to do any intros here, just cleared our positions in gas and was just getting set up to do Market Watch and then live, but there we go, fantastic. Didn't even have to finish with that. So what is going on with the market? Wow. So many things to show you. All right, we're coming up on Market Watch. So now let's do it proper. Thank you for joining Archangel Alts. We're doing Market Watch Instant Insights. And my goodness, first thing we're happy to show you, we'll cover this in Tried and True Trading as well. Just sold our, well, that's, yeah, it's so funny when this updates, it doesn't have any of the other stuff. And that'll have that and not the other things. So let me get this set up again, Aren't you funny? Okay. Well, we'll do that with Tried and True Trading. Get it set up to where it shows the actual cells that we just now finished. Happy to have done that on the browser account as well, so very happy about that. So things have been really, really rough, and then all of a sudden everything is just really popping up. The most insane thing right here, for a pump, it certainly is a long and gradual one, and kind of took STORJ, STORJ coin token entity, kind of out of the abyss. Yeah, we're actually up a pretty good amount there. That's really good. So somewhere around here, I would say right on the nose, that would be 7 Eastern Standard Time, all the way up to, that's not right, is it? That would be 6 Eastern Standard Time, almost for an hour, this rise in STORJ, the rise of STORJ. So 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, 11,000, 12,000. Insane. I would not try to get in on the second wave on here. It has not finished doing its patterns. It actually, there's a good chance that it's going to go up to 10 again, but it's not a chance that I would take. I would never attempt that now. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that gas is getting pumped. The gas pump. There's a gas pump going on. So we've got steam, and we've got gas, and we've got, let's see, what else can be ironic there? Well, storage of energy, working on batteries, maybe? I don't know. So I'm so very happy to see that. So let's look at some of our others in the top 24 hours. There's definitely pumpiness going on. Bitcoin is just sitting there. It's done 2 deep dives and come up 95% from them. Neither of them were, severe. They were just very steep and quick, or deep and quick. So we are at 36.24, still holding strong. Yesterday was 36.13, was holding strong. So for the market, it is, it has been unhealthily slow, and then suddenly decided to wake up in the past half hour to an hour or so, and I've been going from, oh my gosh, things are so dangerously slow and low, it's really tough to get into a position, to, oh my gosh, everything is pumping way too high and way too fast, and it's impossible to get into a position. So things like this are good for positions that are already primed and ready to go. So we're having a little bit of trouble with getting our IOST to respond in kind. It's up 2 now, so that's good. Don't really expect to make it up there today. It's our 3rd day waiting on this one. Oh my gosh, 3 days, a lifetime around here. So our average is actually doing quite well. We sold the majority of our steam. We have some of our high positions left. Those only exist on the client window that we're working from. So very happy about this stuff. 413 to 420, 400 up to 420. That's not bad. Could be worse. So lots of things responding just to kind of syncing up with the last up that Bitcoin did, and it's kind of further proof that although things do in fact sync up to Bitcoin, they don't do it in an always logical, always obvious fashion. They lose sync when it goes too quick. They gain it when it goes slow and steady, but they're not guaranteed to go slow and steady with it. So you have to constantly watch, readjust, and plan for what the connection between your coin that you're watching and Bitcoin will be. What that connection will be. So happy to see. Well, we're sitting pretty normal. Just right across the board, 50% of things are up, 50% of things are down, and there's a balance right in the middle at 0. So that's pretty amazing. Now we do have some that mod and sub and cloak and wings are all at the bottom because they're going bye-bye soon. So unfortunately, like we look at here, negative 25%, but that's negative 25% on its previous 24-hour position, which was negative 38%. So we're losing mod really quick. Very, very, very happy. We decided to get out at 700, take a very small loss that I'm pretty certain we've already made up by now. I don't like to see any losses, but if something like that happens only, once every 2 or 3 months, then, it's just pruning the hedges, and you just got to hope when it happens that you don't have positions in something. Another reason that long-term holds are very dangerous, even if you really believe in a project, one of those is going to be a dud. And on a really, really, really finely tuned site like Binance, you have maybe 2,000 coins out there that are not, slumming it here or there. There's about 150 coins, I think, trading to Bitcoin. Some of those are also trading to BNB. Some of those are also trading to XRP and Ethereum. And, I'm kind of sort of wondering whether Litecoin should make a move to have more pairings just to kind of get the word out, because they are still a strong contender, sitting slow and steady with barely ever any news, barely ever any hype. But, for our trading purposes, we just don't see enough wall-to-wall daily movement to warrant what's going on there. So, huge fan of Litecoin, just not for trying to, make your daily earnings, unfortunately. I think it's an ideological coin that there's nothing wrong with people being, being behind. So I was watching ONG. It just released not more than 13 hours ago or so, and it's been doing that new launch steady decline. This is gas for ONT, Ontology, and Ontology is now making its spike at the same time as some of these others. Absolutely no way to anticipate this kind of thing. It's a timing thing. There's a big pump group choosing to pump things at a certain time. Kind of exciting, but this was the natural progression that was happening, and this spike was kind of an anticipation of the launch. So we have, well, I apologize, it's this one right here. This was right when ONG, the gas for Ontology coin, popped in the scene. So it's been doing okay in the 1800s, but this spike up here, what we actually want to see is where it was trading before the Bitcoin hard fork, that along with stable coins, it was not the news that was happening, it was those coins. I promise you, not wrong about that one. Don't mind being alone and being wrong about that one if that's what it takes. But you can actually see some gradual dropping on this one anyway, but this is the part that really got everything right around here. So this actually recovered when most didn't, and then it lost its stuff. So here's part of its recovery at 19.9. We want to see it in its glory before all that happened. We don't need it all the way up. It's, what is that? Let's see. Yeah, so 16,000, 17, 18, 20. Here's about where we would like to see it, in this range right here, which takes us back. Sometimes I look at this in terms of, if everything has been gradually losing over time, then you kind of measure your risk by how far back you have to go before you see your position. So the good news is that it really was long after its launch that it took on so much steam. Steam, not steam. So in the grand scheme, we're wanting to clear our highest positions around here. But here is double that and more. And here's, another third on top of that. So there is a long hill for it to climb. It would need to be, starting around here in comparison. It's really kind of hard to see. But if you look at the lifetime of it, it's there, and there's been monster movement in the past. We only need about a third of what it's done in the past, and we'll be fine. So that's looking at that. 187, the the California code for burner. Not exactly the finest moment in choosing a number. No, but we're looking for it to go up 12 points. We could take 11 if we need to. Something tells me that if it gets up there in a short time, we might reposition it and see something like a boost like the others have gotten. Not likely right now, though. I think it's, half and half, and we tend to go with the less spammy, less pumped type coins. So it means that when you get it right, you get it for good reasons. When you get it wrong, you have to wait a little bit longer. And so we just try to not do that latter. So here with Myth, I like this project. I hope that they're decent people because they have a good idea about what the future of the internet is going to be. And I tend to agree with them about flipping the Paragon. It's probably the most important aspect of centralized decentralization. People with the aim at giving you your freedom from the traditional centralization of banks and governments and powerful individuals. But these people who are bringing this to us, you have to remember, they are the pioneers of new centralization. They're the ones that kind of control handing decentralization over to us. So just keeping that in mind, there's always a risk of hypocrisy going on there. So let me switch to, I think it's in our browser that we might still hold some Myth. We've sold the majority of everything that we've been in the past 10 days. And I'm actually, as much as it has been slow, and I'm the first one to admit it, I'm actually kind of surprised that we've been able to get in and out of stuff at all. Because I do tend to like to make everything a quick choice and a safe choice. And it's not always an easy thing to do. So yeah, let's see. We have 1175 is our highest position. We have that in the browser. And so 1175 is only about right there. So this dip right here, it kind of started rebounding from that. I was a little bit happy. The latest plunge that was happening from the two past dips in Bitcoin have made it difficult for the non-pumpy kind of coins. And as you saw, when we look at the 24-hour change, it's sitting right at a fairly healthy half and half. So as you know, with the market, things tend to flip fairly quickly. But right now, I actually, unless Bitcoin decides to do something slow and steady upward that is really impressive, I'm kind of expecting Myth in the 900s until it starts to rebound. And once it does, it wouldn't really take long for it to get into 12, 1300s again. That would be nice to see. So on a day like this, I actually think it might not be such a terrible idea to take a look at the low players and what kind of upward mobility they might catch once they regain strength. It was moving extremely. It's really tough to see, but this was unbelievably fast upward movement, and that this was too, because it is diving so much. It's a little bit tough to see. I'm just glad that I didn't fall for one of those, because when things get slow, human nature hits me just as much as anybody else, and especially when you try to show other people how to do stuff. There's this, nagging thing to get in a position, whether it's the right thing to do at the right time or not. I promise you, even if it's not a bull run, if it just is a, steady incline with healthy up and down, which we really haven't even had that. It's just been terrifyingly up or down or nothing. Nothing in between that's been slow and steady and safe. But if we have even a small, 20%, let's say, increase in volume across, 1/3 of our coins, you're going to see the real way that our trading works in these times right now. I'm still seeing people canceling their pumps. I actually watched one pump, and you should see the language people are using for how poorly it went. So looking at STORJ is an extremely rare example of there are groups of people that are not public pumps that are doing extreme moves.